Broadcasting live from the mixed-up world of Hyrule, this is the SpeedGaming Live 2021 Link to the Past Randomizer Qualifier Series. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Buptastic, and joining me today on commentary is Jaxie. Jaxie, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I am so glad to be able to commentate one of these qualifiers. We're doing qualifier number 6 of 15. We've got Jet 082 and Asse 101. Jet, you may know from the 2019 main tournament. He won that. Asse 101 won the 2021 spoiler tournament. 2020 spoiler tournament, and also SG Live 2020 SMZ3 as well.
Yep. Jet was also one of the members of the league winning team from the last Link to the Past Randomizer League. And of course, Jet is also known for every fast siege you've ever rolled was blessed by him.
Yep.
Or at least that's how it goes. Though it actually, like way back in the day, it was the dichotomy was the Alucard seed and the Jet seed, because Alucard was the one who rolled the bad seeds. Anyway, the seed is bootless until boots. I think I disagree.
So, for those of you who haven't seen one of these qualifiers, so this is casual boots with a mixed hard item pool. So what happens is that we get maximum of tempered sword, but we do start with a sword akin to normal casual boots. We max out fighter shield. Bows are interesting. Bows are actually non-progressive. There's no half magic. There's blue mail maximum. And there are also a lot more heart pieces than there are heart containers previously.
Yeah. So a lot of times you'll see runners go out of their way for a heart piece occasionally, just because, like, that's the only way you're getting health in this game. Like, you'll see I think there's 3 total heart containers.
You are correct.
And then like 32 some odd heart pieces or something.
Yep.
Anyway, like this mode, I actually enjoy this mode. It's decently challenging without being like super frustrating, because I'm just real bad with working with green mail, because I'm used to being able to deal with the occasional damage boost. We're starting with a key here in escape. But yeah, the green mail, as I've said on many occasions, sucks bad. So one of the things you might have noticed, and this is really subtle starting off, and I didn't know this until the last time I did one of these commentaries, and that is, while you can't swing the sword before going to the uncle, if you dash, it thinks you have the sword out. And so you can dash through bushes and things like that. One of our runners dashed through some bushes, and one of our runners didn't. So I thought it was interesting there.
Yeah, it is a little interesting. Both our runners going for the 8 sword / NMG strat, is the one I prefer. You find a French vanilla blue boomerang.
There we go. First blue boomerang generally found within this, literally in the previous chest, actually. Though there are other chests in the game where it can be located if you don't pick it up here. And then, of course, there's the red boomerang chest in the Dark World if you don't pick up any boomerang until you get there. Which is in the brewery, actually. So it's either 300 rupees or a red boomerang if you don't have one. If you don't have a blue boomerang.
What sprite is also using? I have no idea.
It looks like Mifa to me. Am I making that up?
Jet is using his standard Zero Suit Samus sprite.
Yeah, it looks like the Zora from Breath of the Wild. Leaf, I believe.
I've not touched Breath of the Wild. I've not seen any Breath of the Wild content, so I'm completely in the dark here.
Well, that is sad. I mean, I'm not saying you have to play it. It's not a requirement, but it's fun.
I'm okay. I'm okay with this game and this game alone.
Fair enough. It's like you don't want to start mixing up your Zeldas.
That's true. Very true. So one of the great things about having starting boots, especially given the fact that, we're doing standard escape, is that we don't actually need to worry about bomb drops to be able to get to the back 3 chests right here in this room off to the left side here.
Though, interestingly enough, it looks like Aussie did get a 4 bomb drop there off of one of the rats, so you got that going for you.
Both of our runners leaving escape at roughly the same time, around 5:14.
Hey, there we go. Yes, please.
And we find blue mail, and Aussie is saving and quitting.
That is a play you can make.
Map check. We got red pendant at Eastern, blue crystal desert, and I think that was a red crystal on Hera.
No, I believe it was both. They were both normal crystals.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay. Well, yeah. Thank you to having a co-commentator.
I just noticed the numbers. I don't even look at the colors of the crystals. All right. So we got Rupee Crab spitting out big 20s today. That seems pretty neat. And what would replace the half magic is sitting on the the lumberjack ledge.
Yeah. So a common misconception here is that just because that small magic decanter is there doesn't provide any sort of logical implications or anything. It's literally just it's a small magic decanter. There's no logical implications between whether or not it's half magic or anything.
Yeah, there are only there are very few locations that even care about having half magic.
There's bow.
All right, 1 bow to go here in the Lost Woods, and
we find one of our 2 bottles in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yep. Now, again, to be fair, there are 4 bottles in the pool, but only 2 of them will actually be bottles.
Yep, and all of them are empty.
Correct. Now you can still get random items at the fairy waterfalls for the bottles. That's because the other randomizer that does vanilla empty bottles is SMZ3, because they're always empty in that one. But in that one, you always get the vanilla green potion from the fairies as well.
Moon Pearl and a lamp.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that Moon Pearl and that lamp, and their silvers,
That was literally where my silvers were in my race this afternoon.
So yeah, it doesn't really. So yeah, in this seed, it didn't really matter, about progressive bow locations because the bows were right next to each other. So that Moon Pearl and that bow or not the bow, the lamp do kind of scare me a little bit into thinking, could it be Agar required?
Yeah, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility. You're going to be looking for a cape or another sword to make that possible.
Given the fact that there are 3 other swords out there, I feel we're going to be more likely to find a sword than a cape. But
It's quite
it's
possible.
it's randomizer for a reason.
Alright, so it looks like the vast majority of the main portion of Kakariko has been cleared out. One thing that Aussie will have over Jet here is that bottle, which kind of explains why he went for the South Shore play first, and that is a glove in the back of the tavern.
That's nice. We can do Death Mountain now.
Yeah, even in logic. I'm used to not having the lamp going up there, but that is a completely logically accessible play.
Yeah. So what is Jet going to do? Is Jet going to go up to the mountain first, or going to go South Shore?
That is a good question.
South
I
Shore.
imagine South Shore is the plan. I mean, he could throw us all a curveball and go to Eastern.
That would be a real curveball. And he's throwing curveball. I mean, okay, well, technically speaking, like...
I mean, you got the bow, so you're thinking bow's locking something. And for all we know, he could just be going to the closet here, but with the bow, you're very tempted to go for it.
Yeah,
so that does mean
would
you're
be
going
very
into
tempted.
a pendant dungeon early on, and that is the second sword we were talking about.
Yep. I mean, the fact that I have silvers, I mean, like, if I was playing the seed, I would be very tempted to go and just full clear Eastern Palace right now.
Now, the silver arrows, again, because the bows are non-progressive, there's no significance to actually having the silver arrows, but having the bow, absolutely.
Yeah.
Early bow is a pretty good indicator, though it's not a guarantee. But Jet is following the trail of breadcrumbs here. Interestingly enough, Aussie managed to get a 300 rupee drop off of the sick kid, so Zora money has been achieved on Aussie's screen. Just a little bit over the true evil number. He was exactly 1 over, and then he got a rupee. Why you gotta do that to me?
The memes. So yeah, Aussie looks to be going up the mountain.
Right, so Jet found a map and a piece of heart so far here in Eastern. Oh yeah, like with the bow and the lamp, this is entirely in logic. I didn't even think about
that's my point. Like, you've got a bow, you've got a lamp, like this is full clearable.
There's a big key. So is Jet going to the big key chest? He is. And I imagine, actually, if Jet finds an item here at the big key chest, he's not going to the boss. Unless he's betting
We
on
already
pedestal.
bind 2 items?
Yes. We had a piece of heart and some bomb in the big chest.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if this isn't... I did not catch what that was.
That is a hammer, sir.
Ooh, so we do dodge Aga. And there is an item. Yep, and so that's just the compass on the boss. So no need to kill Armos unless it's ped required. aside from that,
Jet's
there
now
was.
going to, yeah, Jet's now going to South Shore, and looks like Aussie picked up that hammer and is going to go straight to the Dark World. Good old pipe cave checks.
Yeah. You get a map check here. 5-6 on Pod and Skull.
Looked like green was at Ice and blue was at Turtle Rock, or I may have those backwards.
That seems correct. I'm sure our tracker, our Terrell, has everything covered. Green was TR? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Hype Cave not really paying out today. Looks like Aussie is going to head for Palace of Darkness area. Now, if by some chance Aussie finds the mirror over here at Pod, that could be a significant gain, at least for reaching the sword here, so that you don't have to come back through. Combining these two areas is always nice. But if you don't find the mirror, then you're sort of abandoning the eastern area for now.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, really the only relevant thing we found in the eastern area was the sword. But I mean, you're not going to say no to a sword.
Who would? Swordless people?
Yeah, probably.
Looking at a certain... I'm not gonna make the joke. Made too many jokes that just don't need to surface.
Okay, well, Jet is picking up those last 20 rupees that he needs for Zora.
Yeah, it's
It's
smart
set up
vanilla
the
game
block.
knowledge. Hammer was in Spectacle Rock. Yes, Dataplat, that's the correct answer.
Oh, speaking of swords, there's another one right there on the Lake Hylia Island. Now, we're a good 2 items away from being able to pick that up. More in Jet's case, but that is still something you want to know about.
There's one of our 3 heart containers.
Aussie's making his way through the business center of Pod. Oh, with all the keys. Alright, Jet has acquired a book, The Wonderful Fairy, and a bee. A book, a bee, and a bottle, and a
3
big
Bs.
dash to Zora.
4, then. Okay. So, nothing on the ledge, but does the Big King himself actually have anything worth of value?
Did he just walk over that ledge? Yo, hello, we got a fire rod in Pod. So the bow was responsible for something there. Yeah, he clipped into the side ledge, kind of like you would do with the hammering up there. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Another full heart for Aussie there. And it looks like Jet will finally be heading up to the mountain where he can get the hammer.
Yep, Jet's gonna finally get that hammer.
Luckily for him, he hasn't yet made the play on Agate Tower.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to either.
Ozzy's trying to get the attention of these Kodongos to knock himself out, and it's not really working. Kodongo, of course, is just a portmanteau of Japanese words meaning child and Dodongo, so it's like baby Dodongo.
Okay.
All right, Aussie heading to Helmasaur. Yeah, that is a nice point there from Vinter. The fact that Jet just kind of gave up all his money. It looks like he's going into the Dark World a slightly different way, which is a little unfortunate because we know the Fire Rod is over here in Pod, and that would get you to Skull Woods. But yeah, who knows? He's going to go for that sick kid check first. So that will, in fact, replenish his money.
I like this comment from Drosy in chat. Baby Dodongos, see how they run.
I don't catch that reference.
I don't either. It's just a funny line. Oh, wow, we're getting a pet check. Lady Madonna.
Right.
Oh, what? That is hard required.
Oh, dang. Ladies and gentlemen, and all others interested parties, we have a pet seed.
And that is the first pet seed of the qualifiers, is it not?
As far as I know, I've only seen one other right now.
So yeah, that's important. Yeah, and it is green pendant TR and blue pendant ice.
Though I guess Jet is now a little bit sad that he didn't go ahead and finish Eastern while he was there.
Yeah. So for those of you who missed it, that's a flute on the pedestal, which we kind of need that to get into Mire.
So with the flute being there, I'm awfully suspicious of picking up the book and thinking there might be something in Desert, though technically the book is behind the flippers, which we haven't found. Jet's just falling into the back skull, or into the middle of Skullwoods there. And Aussie's going to Skullwoods as well, but actually has the Fire Rod, so we'll be able to complete it, though he is unfortunately on a fighter's sword here. It's going to be less than ideal.
Yeah, Fighter's Sword Moth is kind of terrible.
Yeah. If by kinda you mean oppressively.
Yes. Even worse than low percent. So at least in low percent you have a master sword.
Hammer Moth is a possibility there.
Yeah, hammer moth. But that hitbox is just so bad.
Bugnet should be a one-hit kill. I agree.
You would think it would be a one-hit kill, but nah.
All right, so Aussie heading to the back of Skull Woods. When you've got the means to clear it, there's really no reason not to. Especially given it's a crystal. And of course, Aussie doesn't know yet that it is a pedestal seed.
Early big key.
All right.
Oh, I'll say 1.5 hearts and he gets it. Or a piece of heart. And second crystal.
Yep. Aussie really often lead on these crystals. But unfortunately, we once again know that he's going to need more than just the crystals for this seed.
He's going to need some pendants too.
And also, like, some amount of sanity. Which,
what is the definition of sanity again? I lost that years ago.
Exactly. I was going to say, the seed is going to do its level best to deplete that as quickly as possible.
That is exactly what every single seed does, no matter who rolls it.
Oh, there we go. I just watched Jet do the key dash in Thieves Town, and I think I figured out how to do it.
Yeah, key dashing is one of those things where it's like, sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, but like, if I don't get it, like, no biggie.
I've gotten to where I get the key dash on Helmasaur's door like every other time. Yo, there's another sword.
And so hey, now, that one sword on Lake Hylia Island is completely useless.
It's now money.
That is right, yeah. It's going to just turn into a green 20.
Alright. So I had to take a second look at that red rupee up there just to make sure that it was in fact a red rupee. And so Jet is now heading down to the Maiden's area. We have yet to find a small key, it looks like.
There it is.
Yeah, it was either going to be there or in the big chest. It actually can't be in the attic chest or on the boss.
That is true. Because if you spent a key to get to the big chest and the small key was in the attic, then you wouldn't be able to get to the attic, which means you can't activate the scene with blind.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as the purveyors of the randomizer, they decided to make sure that you could still finish the seed even if you did dumb things with your keys.
Yes, because we have to assume everybody is an idiot.
Or really what we're assuming is not everybody's a speedrunner and some people are just playing it casually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Book was in the waterfall ferry location. So it's out of logic even.
Yeah, Jet, fake Flipbird.
Oh Jesus, Keith's sanity.
Oh no! That sounds terrible. I want it.
Alright. So the main area of the Village of Outcasts now completely cleared out. To do much more, in that area we will need some more lifting power.
Yeah, we will definitely need a few more lifting power. So up to the dig game.
Yo,
And
hook shot
that's a
in
hook.
4.
That is a hook shot.
Yep, so that grants us access to the east side of Death Mountain and also Tower of Hera with the addition of that hammer. So there's a real possibility of some good stuff up there on the mountain. Jet's gonna get a look at that less than stellar hype cave.
Yeah, that might. Well, okay. I mean, if it's money, like it's not the worst type cave, but like it's still bad.
There is a 300 in here, so it's not that bad.
Oh, there was a 300 in here. Okay, well, yeah, that's good.
And of course, there's a 300 in there in the original game, but it's on the dude. Johnny Two Bombs, as some people call him. All right, so got a little bit of a recap action here with Aussie finishing up Thieves Town and Jet heading over to Pod.
That's
a little bit
awesome.
Unfortunate for Jet with that going to be picking up the Fire Rod here and not having it earlier.
Yep. Aussie 1-1 scores his third crystal, but that's not. But little does he know that he's going to have to clear those pendant dungeons as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a real interesting, just a real interesting spectacle here. We get to see, an actual demonstration of what difference it makes to have the knowledge versus not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so Aussie gonna go ahead and pick up his hook shot. Yeah, so P-Train, flute is on the pedestal.
Yeah. Now, some people might look at that and say, well, flute on pedestal is only required if Misery Mire is a crystal. Well, if flute is on pedestal, Misery Mire is a crystal. Because otherwise you couldn't get all the pendants.
This is 7-7.
Man, am I glad I got selected for this one, because otherwise I was going to participate.
And I'm glad I got selected for this one, because otherwise I was gonna roll it. Well, actually, that's actually a lie, because I was on comms last literally on this very channel, just like what, a little over an hour and a half ago.
Oh, okay.
I was praying earlier that there would not be any seed bleed.
Fair enough. Whoa! Ooh. Titan's mitts in the Pyramid Fairy.
That is
interesting.
That is pretty interesting, yeah. What even were the 5-6 crystals? Was it?
They were Pod and Skull Woods.
Right. Pod and Skull.
Oh, nice reaction time with that hook shot there. Honestly, being able to knock the dead rock out of the way twice with the hook shot, which is something you can do. And it's only the hook shot what that works with. Otherwise, he'd have been stuck there for a hot minute.
Yep, no one likes getting dead rocked.
Nothing in the first two chests of Paradox Cave, but we've still got 5 more coming up. And then, of course, Ozzy can do the entire dark side of this mountain as well. Though you'll want to save that for later if you don't have the mirror.
We can also full clear Tower of Hera as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the way I see this, it's probably bomb jump across, check the floating island, go to Hera, do that, come back, go to Spiral Cave, jump down, and then go to the dark side.
Just do all the things.
Yeah. So that is a piece of heart on the floating island, so nothing particularly important there. Now, another downside for Aussie up here is that he will be unable to check the ether tablet due to lack of book, although it is not in logic, so we're not expecting much. But there is the magic powder inside Tower of Hera.
Yeah, powder's nice. Does give us 1 extra item we can check on Magic Bet, and it's also a really nice safety to have as well.
Agreed. All right, that big key we can set up for this book speed based Hera pod. That's about how many tries it takes me. Maybe a few more for me. All right, small key acquired. And mirror. Yeah, the mirror loves to be in Hera when it can be. Because again, the mirror is one of the other ways you can reach there. So it just narrows down the number of locations that it can be.
So now on to face the troll dorm.
And down he goes. No problem there. 1 hammer hit and 2 Master Sword spins. And Jet is going to head into Helmasaur here.
Yeah. Also has crystal number 4, and Jet is about to get his 2nd. You can kind of see, again, going back onto an earlier comment you made about how... well, okay, I wouldn't necessarily say that knowledge has to do anything with it, but just... You can definitely see, like, routing.
All right, so we've got Spiral Cave for Aussie. Going to be a speedy dash in a spiral pattern, as the case may be.
Yeah. Drop down a hole and go open a chest for a piece of heart.
There's still, a good 6 things that we can get a hold of up here on the right side, and we could also do Spike Cave if we felt like it.
Yes, if we felt so inclined to, we can do Spike Cave on 7 hearts.
Yep.
With I don't even know what Aussie has in his bottle. It's probably empty.
I think he did throw it into the Pyramid Fairy. I just don't remember what was in it.
Oh yeah, B.
I remember Jet finding a bee in the waterfall one. It might have just been a bee in both.
There's the bug net.
Speaking of bees, exactly. All right, so Jet is making that play toward desert that I was talking about earlier. Now, this is not in logic due to lack of flippers, but for all we know, this could be the next big thing. Oh, Cane of Samaria found for Aussie in the Hookshot Cave.
Okay, so TR, what is it?
It is Ether. Which
okay, yep.
Yep,
TR rule applies. So, yeah, so most likely, if you have the items needed to get into TR, there's probably something in TR.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's sometimes, I would say in this case, it's probably worth venturing into without the ice rod. Especially for Aussie, because he doesn't know that you need to clear it. And there's the other cane for Jet in good old desert there. Yes, and now most runners using the routing in Turtle Rock that was made faster by the addition of Quick Swap. Previously, you would want to just go to that chest Ozzy was just at, and then head to the right side, and then just head on. But because you can switch to the mirror while moving now, it's faster to mirror out from the right. Alright, Jet deploying silver arrows to fight Landmullas. 3 shots, 3 kills, and we are done with that for another bottle.
I'm sorry, I blinked. What happened?
I mean, I'm told there were arrows fired or something like that.
That there were sandworms here and now they're gone. I wonder what happened. Yeah, so that was a very nice Lammel's fight. Very effortless, with silver arrows.
And a Gina's Cave. Good old stuck in the corner where nobody wants to go to it. And for good reason. Right, so luckily Ozzy does have the mirror here, so he will at least be able to go to Mimic Cave here. Because you really don't like to abandon Mimic Cave if you're dipping Turtle Rock.
Yeah, because Mimic Cave is so slow to get back to. I would say this is if you are you will last location this more than you will last location Catfish if you can't get to it now. Unfortunately, Aussie did not get that full magic pickup in time.
Alright.
Bombos.
It could end up being important. We still don't know what the Misery Mire Medallion is, though
It could be
we
Quake.
know that it's going to be a hot minute before we do that.
Yep, given that that flute is on the pedestal.
Alright, so Ozzy going to make his way over to Laser Bridge while Jet heads to Skull Woods to finish it off. That's going to get him the 5 and 6 crystals, which should allow him to acquire that glove as well.
Yep, Mitts will definitely open up the seed a little bit. And actually, well, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't put the pet in logic, but I mean, he could go fake flipper to ice after getting those
There is
mitts.
that. Alright, and the last chest on Laser Bridge is 50 rupees. We are done with Turtle Rock for now.
Jet's well, Jet knows what's on ped. It is Aussie that doesn't.
So sadly, I don't recall there being anything particularly useful in Turtle Rock. It seemed like it was sort of shouting at you, but apparently not.
Yeah, maybe it was Green Pendant.
I
mean, Bombos.
You're right.
Yeah, Bombos could be useful.
I literally said that
So did
5 minutes ago.
This is why we have trackers. Thanks, Arterral.
Alright, Aussie heading back to the Dark World. Looks like we're going to get some Smith Chain action here.
Yes, the flute is on the pedestal.
Yep, the wonders of pseudo-random number generators.
Just a piece of heart, so we're not gonna worry about that. Yeah, Aussie has been playing very aggressively. Just going into Crystal Dungeon after Crystal Dungeon. You know, he's being very quick with his execution. That's true. Yeah, we do need floats for logical access to ice and actual access to swamp.
All right, so Jet is going to go ahead and do the Pyramid Fairy play here. I doubt that he would go to Catfish here, but maybe. He's been being a little more thorough. But upon picking up the mitts here, Pyramid Fairy, he's going to be very tempted to piece the heck out.
I mean, I've seen how Jet plays, so I feel like that he is going to go to Catfish.
All right.
Yeah, so immediately his thoughts are, oh hey, mitts! How wonderful!
Yeah, and Jet is walking out, so it looks like that Catfish play might be in the cards.
Yep, he is definitely going straight to Catfish. Yeah, just to iterate, we have, I think it was 76 people in this qualifier?
Yep, it's a non-trivial number. For sure.
Yeah, it's a very big number.
All right. Oh! Ice
Rod!
Catfish! Holy crap!
That is something. Oh. Yeah, so Aussie's orphaned Catfish, so it could be a while before he gets to that. And it could be even a while before Aussie even deduces that it's a ped seed. Like, Aussie still doesn't know this is a ped seed because he still doesn't have that book.
Yeah, he might be getting it soon. He did just set up a water walk. Oh, Jet might just be going for the Ice Palace play here, like you were saying.
Did Aussie not do Hobo?
I don't believe he did. Alright, yeah, so going for Ice Palace here is kind of it's a reasonable play, especially given the fact that he knows he needs to beat it eventually. Downside is he's not going to have the red cane, so he's going to have to go the old-fashioned way through Ice Palace.
Yep, good old IPBJ like Mama used to make.
Yeah, it did just occur to me that the abbreviation there is somewhat similar to a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right. So dealing with those Stalfos Knights and heading to the Ice Palace Bomb Jump room.
Nicely done.
Picking up a single bit of magic there, because why not? I mean, you are going to need a certain amount of magic for Cold Stare, and you really don't want to run out.
Yeah, he's gonna need a full bar of magic.
It looks like we might be having a few issues on my end, but we'll catch up here in a second.
Yeah, I'm also having a few issues on mine.
It looks like the stream is still going on the actual Twitch channel, so
Yeah, so we could just watch from there.
We'll be a little behind on the commentary. So far, nothing really exciting there in ice. We got Aussie over in Eastern Palace, and the unfortunate thing about that again is that he doesn't know it's a pet seed, and so he's probably going to mirror out as soon as he gets this item in the big key chest as well.
Don't worry, everyone. We are just having a few technical issues. We will get everything sorted out momentarily.
I broke nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. It does look like Jet, managed to wreck himself a Cold Stare there.
Everything looks fine here.
Seems good.
So this tournament is SpeedGaming Live's Casual Boots. It is a casual boots with a tweaked hard item pool. For starters, bows are non-progressive. That's like the most riveting change. Half magic is replaced with a small magic decanter, meaning there's no half magic. You max out at blue mail. There are only a maximum of 14 heart containers. There's 3 heart containers, 2 boss heart containers, 1 sank heart, and 32 heart pieces. Bottles cap out at 2, and they're also empty. You cap out at Tempered Sword as per normal hard mode does, and you also cap out at the Fighter Shield, like in Expert.
Alright, so a little bit of good news for Aussie here. He is actually going for Catfish here. He's going to get that Ice Rod.
Yeah. There's, yeah. Artero also bringing up a good point. So Book is not logically required to put the pet in logic.
Alright, and Jet is heading over to Tower of Hera, where he's going to pick up the mirror. And that will sort of close the gap item-wise. Now, Jet is going to go ahead and see what's on Ether Tablet here. I honestly doubt that the tablets can have much at this point. Quake is a possibility.
And we're getting the other tablet checked on Aussie's side. Just some bombs.
We know for a fact that the tablets could not contain the flippers. Is there any other place that flippers could be other than Trinex or the green pendant, which is on Trinex? That is a good question. My brain does not go through alternatives that quickly.
Did we do Smith Chain?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Also
I'm
did
just
Smith
trying to
Chain.
make sure that there isn't any seed bleed.
Right. Alright, a spin and another spin. Though that spin was largely unnecessary. Slash would have done it just as well on Moldorm. Take that down, and Jet picks up crystal number 5. Spike Cave. Yes.
Yeah, that's yeah, Spike Cave is in logic.
Actually, it's not.
Oh, right.
Because the Cane of Brian was in desert.
And yep, and for all we know, and the flute is on the pedestal, which means that logically it's all locked behind flippers.
Yep.
So flippers literally can only be on Trinex or Green Pendant at this point. I don't think there's anywhere else that can be.
That is odd.
Because Aussie got down all the way to Laser Bridge, I think.
You could have something like the cape on Trinex or Green Pendant, and then the flippers could be in Spike Cave.
That's true. But the thing is actually... No, actually. Because in order for it to be in logic with the cape, it... Well, okay, no, never mind. It isn't logic with the cape because you have a bottle.
If you have a bottle, you're fine. Yeah, the cape will only be in logic with a bottle in this particular mode. The other way the cape could put it in logic is with half magic, but we don't have half magic, so that's never going to be a thing. Alright, so we know that Jet is going to pick up the Cane of Samaria here in Hookshot Cave. I believe it is in this next chest. Boom. And there we go.
Jet sees he's got everything he needs for Turtle Rock, so he's gonna enter Turtle Rock. He knows he has to do this anyway.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna be, pretty happy about the fact that he actually can complete it here. Catfish play before coming here is a big deal.
So how long until Aussie sees the bad news? I have no idea.
My guess is whenever he finishes every other check in the game that he can reach. Jet now in Turtle Rock as before, and looks like Aussie is heading back up to Turtle Rock as well. So, we may see kind of similarly timed Trinex fights here.
Is Fluid Action required? Yes, Mire is a crystal.
Yeah. So the only way you can get to Misery Mire in this mode is by taking the flute to 6 and lifting the rock. And unfortunately, when there is an item on the pedestal, and it's required for a dungeon, that dungeon can't be a pendant. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get all the pendants for that item. And so, once we saw the flute was on the pedestal, we knew it was a pedestal seed because there is a dungeon that absolutely hard requires it. All right. Thus far, this far into the race, nobody has completed it. So it's still all the way up in the air. Right, so Aussie is making his way through the dark room again, so we're going to get to see what's on Trinex. We could have flippers, we could have just a green pendant leading to it. Could have delayed gratification there.
It could be a fetch quest chain.
Good old mushroom time. Who knows?
Very nice backdoor strats from Odyssey.
And a very, very nice dispatching of the final head. And what does he have? Bloopy.
So, it's the green pendant.
Probably. Unless we've forgotten something egregious. Does look like Aussie's going to go for Spike.
Oh yeah, Flipper. Yeah, Flippers would be bad for Aussie because yeah, he's gonna clear Swamp, and we know that is not the direction he needs to go. Okay, well it is a direction he needs to go.
But I mean, depending on what the medallion for Misery Mire is, the flippers could be go mode. You know.
That is also true.
And so, if you knew that, then you could skip out on the other wonderful portions of the Swamp Palace, but that does not seem to be the case here. Jet going for the safety door on account of having a single heart. I am super on board with this plan.
Yeah, I'm also on board with this plan as well.
You can door if you want to. You can leave Try Next behind.
Okay, so what does the green pendant give us? Is it a fetch quest, or is it just the flippers? It's the flippers.
There we go. One pair of water footwear for Mr. Aussie. Jet using the strats that I use on Trinex because I am not that good to get to the back. Yep, and correct incoming full clear of swamp for Aussie. So I don't know about you, but if I were Jet, what I would do here is I would go clear Eastern, get the flute, go find out what the medallion for Meyer is before setting foot in swamp.
Yeah, that does seem like a good plan. We'll see if Jet has thought of that.
Looks like it.
Flippers were on green pendant.
Oh, right, he's going to green pendant right now. So if he leaves and goes to Eastern, then he's in good hands, or good feet.
He is not leaving, so yeah, it looks like he is just going to Eastern, which I agree with this play. You know, considering the fact that
I think it's the objectively correct play in this situation.
Yeah.
Finding out what that medallion is as quickly as possible, and then if it turns out to be Quake, then you can start checking things again. But like we've already found all the items in Eastern, so you're not going to be missing anything here. So meanwhile, Aussie clearing out swamp. We don't know if any of these things will be required. It is possible that the Quake medallion is in here and it could be required for Meyer. That is really the only possible saving play for Aussie here.
Yeah. And Aussie is doing the waterless diver down strat. And there's Quake! Wow.
Uh-oh. Though, to be fair, if you come in here having already seen the Quake medallion for Meyer, that's one of the chests you'll definitely check pretty quick. All right, Armos Knights for Jet. This will be a real quick fight, as the Silver Arrows will, of course, demolish these Armos Knights in one hit. Meanwhile, Aussie is on Argus and doing some very nice hook dash strats here. to speed up the kill. And a couple of spins to take down Argus proper. And a piece of heart on the boss. Alright, Jet now heading to the Lost Woods to acquire the musical prize on the pedestal.
Yep.
Sadly, I don't really have any lyrics prepared, so I'm just not going to do it today.
That's okay, I didn't have any lyrics either. To be fair, when you play Random, you don't come into these things thinking, oh, this is gonna be a pet seed. Unless you're a clown. To which if you are a clown, then people will be thinking you're a genius. And there's the flute for Jet 082, and we are possibly in go mode.
Yeah. If it turns out to be Quake on Misery Mire, then Jet will have to go find Quake, and it is in Swamp. And as long as he goes to finish Swamp first, then he'd be done pretty quick. And the international swag duck theme. Say hello to the
Duck is amok, the goose is loose.
I came up with a terrible one the other day. It's the avian is Travian.
What? Bombos. So Jet's in go mode.
That it is. Alright, Jet in Misery Mire. Just needs to find the big key and get the heck out of here. And then head over to Swamp and beat that thing. We all know Swamp Go mode is pretty stinking fast. Speaking of pretty stinking fast, did you see that Mire 2?
Yep, that was pretty fast.
Good lord.
But then again, that's coming from players like Jet, you should really expect these things.
Fair enough. Alright, small key in the bridge chest, so no hovering across the bridge today.
Not a god, Mire. Unfortunate. Womp womp.
Okie dokie. So, Aussie is heading down to Cold Stare here. Gonna deal with that. Unfortunately, it's still not gonna get the flute that he's looking for, but should be soon. But yeah, that Bombos in Turtle Rock was required. Alright, Jet gonna apply some spooky glitch here. Always nice to see some spooky. Let me just say, before this, I was playing way too much cross keys, and you almost never get to do spooky, at least not the old-fashioned way. In that. Yes, Ice Pal. The small key on Cold Stare does mean that it expected you to have the Cane of Samaria to beat Ice Palace. Another reason it expected you to have the Cane of Samaria to beat Ice Palace is that the flippers were on Trinex. So yes, it required the Cane of Samaria for two different reasons. All right, Jet, mirroring away from Meyer, going to flute over to 4 for the purposes of reaching Swamp. Aussie is going to go ahead and finish Eastern here, so clearly he knows what's up.
Yeah, I think, yeah, his suspicions are clear. Either the flute's in here, or it's on the pedestal.
Well, he's actually cleared this dungeon out before.
Oh, so then, yeah, he knows it's on the ped.
I mean, Master Shovel into Vanilla Flute. I have never seen that happen.
That would be kind of hilarious. Oh no. Okay, well,
Not sure what happened with Aussie here, but...
Aussie turned off his stream.
Fair enough.
Could have been a power outage or something.
Yeah, it's possible.
Well, hopefully he has a local recording.
Yeah. Because one thing that you can end up doing accidentally is finishing the seed and then just closing down your stream and not hitting the... At least for OBS, it's like stop streaming, and then there's stop streaming, discard delay. You don't want to discard the delay. You want to let it run out. Well, at least we will be able to see Jet finish this seed. Of course, Jet having zero interest in any of the other items here in Swamp, mainly because there's really nothing he can pick up that would improve his situation. I mean, the cape is the one thing I can think of that might help, and I wouldn't go out of my way looking for it. You know, you might hope to pick it up as you're looking for the big key in GT, but that's about it.
So, following this clear of Swamp Palace, would you like to play a game, Dr. Bobtastic?
I mean, I could play a game.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so...
Alright, so where
You
do
can put
you
it over the
think...
chat. So, there are 22 chests in Gadon's tower, one of which will contain the big key that Jet needs to finish this seed. If you would like to put your guess in as to which chest that key will be in, do so now, 1 through 22.
So when you wrote that start in, was that supposed to be a command? Because
No, that was just no. That's for my own mental.
Okay.
That's for own mental stuff.
Cool, cool, cool. Now, the reason that we wouldn't do like a channel points prediction or something for that is because there are other people running this seed, and you might be able to catch the big key there a little earlier.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that everything's fair. The people watching this stream.
Aussie, yeah, Aussie apparently turned off his stream. We don't know what happened.
It does look like, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it does look like he finished the seed, and then just like a couple minutes later,
Oh,
it
his
turned
stream
off.
is okay. I'll unhide him.
Oh, is it back?
According to our tracker, it's back.
Cool. Excellent. Welcome back. To Aussie, who is now also clearing out Misery Meyer.
Yep, presumably got cleared Eastern and cleared Sleep. And stop. So Jet is going right first. I assume it's going to be a partial. It's going to be partial right.
It's going to continue. But that doesn't mean full right. That just means he's continuing here.
Yeah, partial right. It's going to go down to compass room, mirror, and do left. So check number 2.
Got a little extra magic there, and there it is.
3.
Yeah, so chest number 3 for Jet, as he picks up an additional small key there, and
so congratulations to Amtai for correctly guessing 3 first. And also shout outs to the Strix Lord as well.
Well, all right then. Congratulations, and you know, I hope you feel clairvoyant. And now Jet will be climbing the tower here as we head toward Ganon himself. I'm going to need to make sure to grab a key from the Helmosaur on the way up. I mean, you could open the 2 chests looking for one, but it's probably faster to go for the sure thing. And Aussie will be finishing off Vitreous here for a 7th crystal as well, so Aussie also heading up to GT momentarily.
Yep. Both our runners are on basically the same equipment. If not exactly the same equipment.
Alright, Jet now into the Landmolus fight, finishing it off with 3 arrows once again, and heading up to my favorite rooms in the game.
Oh yeah, these rooms are really satisfying to just place down some Mario block and just get just get those kills in.
You get that, like, if you're doing the headphones thing, you get, like, that simultaneous kill sound in both ears.
Yep.
It's like the cane of ASMR. Anyway, I'm bad.
I can't clap. I can't slow clap while I'm talking, but just imagine that I'm slow clapping.
Anyway. Alright, Jet, gonna get that key from the Helmosaur and move right along. Moldorm 2 is down. Now let's appreciate for one moment the fact that Jet 082 is approaching Aga 2 in a pedestal seed at the 130 mark. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it's... I mean, Jet is a very accomplished player, as
Look, he lives
said
up to his
previously.
name, alright?
He does.
You know what I got surprised by yesterday?
What was that?
Just out of nowhere, at the Direct, they announced a remake of Act Razor, and they said, "Oh, it's out now." I was like, "Excuse me?"
Woohoo.
It's like, I don't know how many people like that game, but I like it. So there you go. But anyways, Jet is finishing off this game. We're gonna go to Ganon. We're gonna slash him a bunch of times. We're gonna kill him in the face. Alright, Aussie, grab that big key as well. Yeah, there was no need for Aga 1, though. I imagine there are some people in this seed who got baited into Aga 1.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd imagine
With
that
that
too.
hammer up there on Death Mountain, somebody probably got baited.
Silver, my one true weakness.
What are you, a werewolf or something?
No.
He's a were-pig. What?
And down goes Ganon for Jet 082. Now get your GG's in chat for Jet 082 as he's about to cross the most dangerous 1x3 bridge in all of Hyrule. Jet finishes in 6th place with a race time.gg time of 1 hour 32 minutes and 52 seconds. Get your GG's in chat.
For reference, the top finisher in this race was Kyung, or I guess it's just Kyung on here, but Kyung92 is what I know him by, and it's with a 129.21. But then all the times after that were in the 131. So 131.13, 131.23, 131.58, and 130. And then there was 132.51 and then 132.52. So Jet getting sniped by 1 second out of the top 5 times. The top 5 times are, of course, what are used to compute the par score when you average them out.
Speaking of Jet, he's here right now. Jet, GG's.
Hi, GG.
Hello. Well done. Well done. It's going to be a
What a
pretty
seed.
solid score.
That's not bad for a pretty much all dungeon seed. Almost all dungeon.
Yeah, we were making the comment when you were going to Aga 2. It's like, yeah, can we call attention to the fact that Jet is going to Aga 2 at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark in a PED required seed? Yeah. This is what we call skill.
It is absolutely skill.
I mean,
also,
I definitely got very lucky checking PED as early as I did. I was not going to. I checked it when I first went into Dark World, but I'm like, I have to walk around the long way because of Hammer. So, you know what, let's just check PED while I'm here. It's not going to be anything, but let's just go do it. And then it's Flute, and I'm like, oh, so it's required.
So that changes a lot.
It does.
And so, yeah, so you were able to, cut out a lot of garbage checks that way. Able to go mode swamp and get some nice value there. The Aussie, the other runner on stream, he unfortunately went into Turtle Rock without the ice rod, and so
I was worried about that.
Flippers.
It's the reason I put Death Mountain off for as long as I did. Although, I mean, it was nice that it was right after, so I got mitts from the Pyramid Fairy, and just to be able to walk up and pick up Ice Rod at the same time. Honestly, that was the sign that I should just go to Death Mountain then. So, if I had listened to the seed at that point, I think I would have been much better off. I mean, not that a 6th place time is bad. It's just I'm always like, what else could I have done differently?
Yeah, if you went up there, you would have had the Cane of Samaria for ice, and
Yep.
able to do that a little faster. And
Yeah.
you probably would have been in go mode in ice, so, or at least close, Yeah,
I think I would have went up. I mean, did Turtle Rock, of course, because we're required, and then I would have immediately just went towards Eastern to, ultimately pull PED. Would have gotten my flipper, so I don't think anything really would have changed. I would have gotten my flute. I would have instantly went to Meyer, saw I was in go mode, and just would have been able to go mode, Swamp, Ice, and Meyer. And yeah, that would have.
though you would have.
I think that would have made the big difference between 6th and 1st place.
You would have needed to have cleared ice before that, because I think ice was one of the.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. Good point. So I don't think I. But I don't know. I know I would have turned in Green Pendant and did Eastern first, so at least I would have had a potential for go mode. I don't know if I would have still checked. I probably would have checked items. I can't imagine I would skip items in ice. Still, that's pretty good. Like it does save a lot of time having Cane. You save a minute and a half. So I did lose. Plus, let's not talk about my struggle to get into ice.
No idea what you're talking about.
So I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I mean I do, but I don't.
And Aussie just took down Ganon, and Aussie is also about to cross the bridge. And Aussie finishes in 17th place with a race time.gg time of 1:37:39. Get your GGs in chat.
Yeah, so 1:37:39. Again, for reference, Jet had a 1:32:52. And the difference in the placings was 11 rankings there. So, all of these front end finish times are pretty close together.
And we're joined by Aussie.
Hey, and GG Jet. Good placement.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
GG.
So yeah,
What were your general thoughts on the seed?
Look, just never got the PED check, so I just full cleared the whole game.
Yep, that's pretty much what occurred. And yet you still managed to pull it off in, less than 5 minutes more than Jet did, and he got to go mode swamp.
Yeah, I did go for the skip of left side because from my perspective, it was ice had more items. So gamble ice. And then after ice, it turned into Ped versus left side swamp. So gamble Ped.
Agreed. Left side. If you've already been in swamp, left. Yeah. I absolutely agree with that play.
But yeah, like not knowing Ped, like it changed a lot of things. I wouldn't have
Quake
doubled.
was in the back of swamp, Mr. Scruff. There, it was in the little. It was in the flooded room on the right hand side.
Yeah, I was still looking for flute when I was in swamp.
Yeah,
Did all those checks.
very true.
Yeah, not knowing Ped, it made me double dip Eastern and Turtle Rock, where I just wouldn't have otherwise. And also did a bunch of extra checks.
Jet also double dipped Eastern, but not Turtle Rock because he went for Catfish right after the big bomb for the glove, so he was able to dip the ice rod before heading up there.
I came really close to having a first trip to Sahasrara with the green pendant. I put that off for so long, over an hour. I just didn't have the ice rod first time to tier.
Yeah, that was a. Yeah, you were also, of course, one sword behind Jet a lot of the time because of that, unfortunately. But it's not that big a deal. Though it is kind of obnoxious to just have the flippers be behind Trinex. That's just obnoxious.
Yeah, it's not. It's very silly placement.
Like I knew early on that we were missing flute, and that was sort of sad. But I went so long without mirror, and that just makes everything so much slower. Like I just wanted to combine all this stuff together, and it just felt so bad. The only good thing were boots, like because you start with boots.
Yeah. Oh, Aussie actually went up to Death Mountain fairly early, so he had the hammer. And then once he finished his Dark World tour, he had the hook shot as well. And he basically went up to Death Mountain immediately after that point, and that's where he got the mirror. The mirror in Hera is one of those. It's one of those like self-locking item plays, right? Like Fire Rod in Ice or Hook Shot in Mire, which just tends to come up a little more often because of the way the randomizer likes to do its thing.
So, if no one has any other questions, I think we're pretty much done here. Aussie, I understand that your racing is not done because you've got what looks to be an SMZ3 match coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's on the same channel here.
Yep, SpeedGaming Main, and that will be Aussie and Solsky going up against Andy and Ivan. Appleseed Duck and Tracy M will be on comms.
That is a
Epi37 Metroid
match.
Mist on tracking as part of the SMZ3 co-op tournament. Again, that's
I kinda
coming
wanna
up.
watch that.
Yep. Again, that is coming up next here on Speed Gaming. If you want any more Speed Gaming action, you can go ahead and follow Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6. You can also follow our foreign language channels as well. We have Spanish, French, German, and Portuguese, and there's second channels as well. You can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/speedgamingshow. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel where all past VODs are uploaded after a certain amount of time with help from our generous volunteers. You can also join the Discord server at discord.gg/speedgaming. Thank you to our runners Jet082 and Aussie101, as well as our tracker Arteril, and my co-commentator, Dr. Bob Tastic. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. It has been a pleasure myself. I have been Dr. Bobtastic. I will see you all later occasion, and I will let Jaxie have the last word.
Yep. And I've been Jaxie, and for our runners, our tracker, and my co-commentator, as well as the crew behind the scenes at SpeedGaming, thank you all for watching. And the schedule says that next qualifier is Sunday, September 26th, 8:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Channel is not yet determined.
nice.
It's probably going to be SpeedGaming main, but if you want to get up nice and early for a qualifier match, you don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.